This is the Jeff Mayweather Show on the Mayweather Boxing Channel.
All right, welcome to the Jeff Mayweather Show. It's been, last
3
week?
years.
Since 3 years, 3 months? Yeah, this is like our four-year anniversary, our 8th show.
We were on a roll for a while, man.
We were. But we're going forward, I promise, for the third time in a row that I've said this, we're going to be on more regular after this. But yeah, welcome back. First show of 2021. Down there to my end, it used to be the 43rd greatest IBO champion of all time, but you did, in the new rankings, you fell to 44th. Kevin Lorena did pass you.
I don't know who that is.
He's been champ for like 5 years. So
nice.
So you're number 44 now. 44th greatest IBO champion of all time, Jeff Mayweather.
Okay.
And
Nice.
next to him, we have Tons Man.
Yeah. Is that the sale?
Now we have a special guest, Jay Leon Love. Jay Leon's been fighting for years, great fighter. But brought him in because we're going to do a little YouTube conversation. And a lot of you guys that don't follow boxing necessarily really closely might have seen Jay Leon because he was always there with Jake Paul doing his thing, helping him out for his fight. And obviously that went well. To my right, Amir Abdallah.
Well,
All right,
thank you.
guys, what's...
And don't forget Jody Cohen.
That's right, I'm Jody Cohen. That's
Fresh
right,
back
that's
from
right.
the Capitol building.
Fresh back from the Capitol. Yeah, that was crazy down there. Got my Confederate flag stolen.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that was pissed
Why'd
me
you
off.
take that lady's stand? That big.
A souvenir, man. I was gonna get,
Oh.
you know how much I can get for that on
Thought they
eBay?
were thought they were going to shoot you.
Yeah, no, I'm white, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, I
He
guess
said,
that's
"You
true.
can't be here.
Yeah.
Can't be here. Can't be here, sir. Sir."
I actually, you know, it's
Oh my God! I was dead. I was literally laughing so hard watching your skit. That was hilarious.
I mean, if you look, it's like the new way of snitching. It's crazy. Hello, how are you? My name is John. I'm from New York City. I work at the AT&T store, 42nd Street. Yeah, listen, I just got here to the Capitol building, and we broke in. I broke a couple windows, and I stole Nancy Pelosi's Gavin. I did. It was me, all me by myself. No one else came with me. But yeah, it's my right to be
Took a couple
American.
of selfies with some cops. It's all good.
That's great. I'm like, dang, why it's headlines searching for people that were involved in it.
you know,
Hey guys, it's me. I was there. And
in all seriousness, it's gotten so, the political climate's got so
Oh,
ugly.
it's ugly.
I've actually, like before the election, I basically stopped reading anything political. I don't,
Smart.
I barely know what went on in the Capitol because I don't,
Really?
if I see any posts like that, I don't watch the news. I don't, because
Very
it's just,
bad.
you can't change anybody's mind. You're either on one side or the other. You're not going to change anybody. You can't have a civil discussion. So what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, and the one thing I never understood in the first place with Trump, whether you liked him or not, it didn't matter what he personally did. How does it affect your life? Because all politicians are dirtbags,
Exactly.
whether on either side. So just who's going to help you better? I don't care if Donald
100%.
Trump said something rude 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I care about how he's going to help me because he's a pig, Joe Biden's a pig, Nancy Pelosi's a pig, Mitch
sure.
McConnell's a pig. They're all horrible.
for sure.
So just, yeah, and it's so toxic. You know, and how many friendships have ended over
Oh,
politics in the last couple of years? So I can't stand it.
that's why I stopped talking to Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Walking around with this
stopped talking to
MAGA
you
hat
too.
all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of it.
All right, let's
Who
get
that?
Huh? Your MAGA hat.
Who the hell is a MAGA?
What?
Mac,
Make
Where have
America
you been?
great
MAGA
again.
hat.
Oh, sorry,
MAGA.
MAGA.
I don't know nothing about that.
You didn't help at all. Make America great again.
We're gonna make him a shirt and a hat.
Okay. I got it now.
All right, well
He's
let's
definitely up to date.
well, you know, it seems like the getting on topic here a little bit, like the YouTube thing is kind of taking over the sport of boxing. Jay Leon, first, you know, these over the top characters, Logan, KSI, Jake Paul, who you're with. First of all, starting with Jake, just tell us a little bit about what he's like off camera. I get the feeling that he's still pretty crazy and nuts, even when the camera's not rolling. But obviously, I think, like most people that are big characters, when the cameras are rolling, it's just kind of,
Yeah.
they just lift the level up, to 10.
Coming in, I didn't know what to expect. Knew nothing about Jake Paul or Logan Paul or YouTube period. I came around a group of guys that have took the YouTube by storm. They made a lot of success through it, built a tremendous fan base. I mean, it's extreme. It's really crazy. And yeah, I was just kind of like, all right, these cats are trying to box. You know what I mean? So I didn't really have I wasn't hyped about it. It wasn't something I was just like, ha ha ha.
How did you even get involved? I was shocked when I saw you in there.
Yeah. Me and Jake have mutual friends. I know a lot of people. You know, I know a lot of people. So yeah, we had a mutual friend, and pretty much they reached out to me because Jake was coming to Vegas to box. And yeah, that was how it started. So I just went down to the gym to check him out. I would write down things that I felt like he needed to work on. And then I wouldn't say a word. And then after, he asked me, what did you think? I was like, yo, you need to work on this. And this is how you correct it. You do this, do this, do this, do this. So then the next day I didn't come, just doing my own thing. And then he texted me like, hey, where are you? I was, I've been working on this stuff. I was like, yo, watch these fights. I was just telling him like the things that could help him. And I guess he felt that was really, he needed that. And he was like, yo, if you could be here every day, help me out. And that's how it started.
And that's the one thing a lot of people, boxing purists, are pissed with the involvement of the YouTube guys, is that they don't think they take the sport serious. I spent a little time with him, half hour, 45 minutes, but he seemed like he really, wants to absorb and learn as much as he can. Do you think he's true to the sport? Does it, does it good by, trying to learn and absorb what he can? Or do you think it's kind of just a thing for him to make some money and gain popularity?
No, I was actually doing some research, and I was seeing like, this kid had boxing rings in his house, in his living room, in his backyard. And he was boxing people. Boxing other YouTubers, other influencers. And he was like, yo, I always wanted to box, but he was basically saying the time that you had to put into boxing, I had to put that same time into YouTube. So boxing has always been on my heart. I just had the time to do it now. And so it makes sense. I get it. I'm doing the YouTube thing. It takes a lot of time. It's a job,
Amir, let me ask you this. So they have, people give, like, oh, it's ruining the sport. It's horrible for it. But the one thing is, boxing's never going to, it's been dying for years, they say, but, it's never going to die completely. But the one thing is, it does have an old fan base, right? A lot older. And they always say, well, MMA's got the younger people, that's what's popular. But these YouTubers aren't doing MMA. They're doing boxing, or they're wanting to box MMA fighters or whatever. So ultimately, what do you think does it help boxing? Because you're getting, 99.9% of the fans that are watching because of Jake Paul are going to be, 25 and under. So to me, if you're bringing young people, even if only a few of them stay to actually like boxing after that, it's still got to be a good thing because with such an old fan base.
Jody, I'm not sure if you ever heard me say this, but...
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
What?
You know what it is, Jay Leon? What boxing is? It's a business.
Disguised
As a sport.
as a sport.
Oh, my God.
But thank you. I appreciate
That's a
that.
fact.
These guys are so biased. Boxing is a business disguised as a sport.
No, I agree.
When you could look at when KSI fought Logan the first time in Manchester, I tried to get involved with it. I tried to promote the fight, and they clearly said to me, on KSI side, he goes, "We really don't need you. We already have a fan base." What does a promoter do? He tries to get eyeballs on TV. He tries to get butts in the seats, and they try to get pay-per-view buys. These guys command a 40 million person audience. They don't need a promoter. So what's wrong with bringing this whole other demographic and coming over? And that's the one thing, that I think sets them apart and why there is so much envy and hatred. And I get it. I get it. Look, you got guys like Caleb Plant, Badu Jack, who have sacrificed their lives, their health, Jay Leon, their lives, their health, their well-being, their free time, so that they can come close to getting a fraction of what these guys get. These guys make millions every single fight. So yes, sure, there's going to be some animosity and some hatred on the other side of it. But when the dust all settles and when all the lights go away and the cameras get turned off, at the end of the day, it's going to be you and your family and what you've done in your career to be able to feed them. So if they can make their money, make your money. I'm not mad at that at all. It's the exact opposite. I think that, you try to get a piece of it as much as you can. And I applaud them. I think it's great what they're doing. I think it's great for boxing. And, if you don't like it, don't watch.
Yeah, I had this argument so many times. I get a lot of fighters like, yo, this is clown shit. Like, actually DMing me, like, bro, You really entertaining
Until
them.
they get paid 6-7 figures to do that,
Right.
and then their whole tune
Right.
changes.
I mean, it is bringing a different demographic, age range of kids and young adults, teenagers, whatever. It is, and it's needed. I mean, I don't care. No, the sport is not going to die out completely. You got a lot of young talent in boxing, and it's not taken away from boxing. You know, look at Ryan Garcia. This kid has 6-7 million followers.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really need a promoter anymore now.
Mhm.
It's come, and he's learning that. Like, yo, I don't need De La Hoya. I can do this. I can pack out an arena by myself. And that's what's happening.
Exactly.
It's you gotta learn how to market it yourself.
I want to get to Jeff in a second, but did you know that I actually think I can make a legitimate claim that I'm the one that started this whole YouTube boxing thing?
No.
Please,
You want a bit?
I want to hear this.
Okay. Logan Paul came to Mayweather Boxing Club.
Correct.
I saw him. I recognized him, but I didn't know him because that's not my demographic. I was like, that looks like the guy.
Is that the
because-
hot dog question?
hot dog question? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, so he comes there. That
In the
was
most
after the
heterosexual way that I could possibly
the
say.
thing with the Japanese tree forest. All that I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that looks like the guy from there.
Yeah.
So found out, yes, it was him. So yes, when Jeff had is a hot dog a sandwich question for Logan. But anyway, he was in there. I tried to film him. That didn't go very well. Not because of Logan, but other things. But it didn't go over very well. I called him Marabella, said, hey, guess who's in here? This guy. Right? Explained him to you. I said, Logan Paul, and you had no idea who he was, just like I didn't. But so like, oh, that's okay. And so it didn't work out. It's like we're trying to get with Logan to film stuff. Didn't work out. So next thing we know, we have his rival. So obviously you went to what's his face?
Who? John?
Yeah, John, who knew of KSI. Well, I guess
John came to me.
right. So see, but I'm sure through you saying something, so that all got KSI with Jeff
Oh,
and
Lord,
you.
You are reaching, man.
I started it. If I had never said
His
anything,
term is up. 8 years and he's
I
done.
had never
Stop trying to take credit for everything.
Jeff, how much do you love dealing with your new fan base of all these 12-year-olds who constantly want to know if KSI could beat Floyd or Anthony Joshua and stuff like this? I know it's a fine line you walk.
Well, no, I do. It's funny that you say that. I do get that from the little kids on Instagram. I mean, they ask me anything, and I'm learning now that just not to respond because
You stop blocking him?
I'll be, I'll block in a minute.
He's a kid.
I didn't block. I don't care if you asking me something stupid, you gonna get blocked.
It's not stupid to them. They don't know.
You gonna that means you ain't gonna do it to somebody else.
No, kids like write me and be like, Jake should fight Anthony Joshua.
Oh,
Well,
so
I
you've
ain't-
seen the same thing.
Yeah,
with you,
but
huh?
it's
See.
just like my daughter saying
Yeah.
something silly.
Yeah, but
No,
that's
So I'm
that's
like-
exactly what it is.
That's different.
I
I
mean,
ain't, I ain't
and
talking
so-
about like that though.
And so then I
Oh.
explained it to him, like, yo,
I saw
it's
like
weight classes.
But I saw a little thing on TikTok the other day. It says fight YouTubers who could beat Jake Paul. And it had FaZe Sensei and a couple other, and it had Vidal Riley.
Come on.
And
Let's make something very clear.
but I replied
Yeah.
to that. I said, are you really calling Vidal a YouTuber? And they
Right.
said, well, he makes you do it. I said, no. The other guys are YouTubers who box.
there you go.
Vidal is a boxer who does YouTube
That's it.
videos.
That's my point.
Cute, but some people, they still think they did, the lines are blurred completely. They don't realize that there's KSI, and Jake and Logan are here, and people like Vidal and yourself are here. They think because you're in the same world, oh, they must all be able to fight.
Right.
And weight limits don't matter. Like I said, they want him to fight Floyd or Anthony Joshua. It's crazy, but it's still, I think you got to help educate them, and hopefully they become fans and learn.
I think that's what it is. You have to educate them. You got to have patience with them. That's it. You know what I mean? Again, this is a new generation that
That's
has
right.
no clue about boxing. You know what I mean? They only know about who they see, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta
Right.
Tate. They don't know about the old school and the history that we know about boxing. So yeah, I don't know. I love it.
What do you think,
I
Joe?
don't.
You don't like it?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's different when you ask me something like, okay, well, what do you think about this and that? But when you start saying stuff that just don't make no sense at all, stop writing me. I ain't got time for
What do
that.
you think about the whole YouTube boxing thing?
Well, I mean, I think it's great. I think that it's just like evolution. I mean, you have to change with the time when you lost. I mean, there's a long time ago that this YouTube was nothing.
Mhm.
I mean, but just something to look at.
Mhm.
But now YouTube is monetized.
Yep.
And you can make a living at home just
Yeah.
doing something that, people like.
And
How-
sorry, go ahead.
So how do you think you would have handled it back when you were a fighter? They didn't have social media, they didn't have phones, electricity, that kind of thing. How would you have been as a
What
fighter?
the hell you talking about?
He tried to sneak that one in. He stuck it on me. I didn't pick it up.
I did.
No, but we see as far as there's the people that come in, but people like Ryan Garcia, I think he's the number one by far social media guy in boxing. Would you have embraced that, or a lot of these guys think, "Oh, I'm just going to fight, and that's all I care about"? How would you have handled that? I mean, obviously you're comfortable in front of the camera, but you didn't start like that. And you didn't seem to have much interest until we got you, and you're like, "Oh, I like this." How do you think?
I mean, I think I would have been a part of social media if it was, back during my time. I think I would have. I mean, because there's nothing better than self-promotion.
Yep.
And that's something that, of course, I mean, back in the day when I was fighting, or like when Ali was fighting, these guys would have been so much bigger, and their paydays would have been way better.
Mhm.
But, I mean, times change. And like I said, now is the time for that. I mean, anyone can make themselves into someone.
I think it's got. What do you think, Jay? I think it's kind of a mixed blessing because obviously I think Garcia makes way more outside of boxing than he does in. But some of these guys take it too far and then go into like football. Like look at Juju Schuster, right? He's doing the. He's pissing off their team because it's TikTok, and and do you think some of them take it too far? How do you straddle that line of doing it right and
It's
then
entertainment. It's entertainment. First off, we're in the boxing business. Don't wear your heart on your sleeve. Back in the day, I remember used to get guys like Riddick Bowe, this puncher fighter, right there at the press conference. Lennox Lewis and Hasim Rahman fighting full live ESPN. Now you got guys that are like trolling. Now the trolling is the new thing. And it's part of entertainment. Take it across the chin. It's all good.
Going back to Jake real quick. So he's wanting to fight Connor. I guess he's probably going to fight Ben Askren and that kind of thing. What do you think? Do you think he's got serious aspirations to being an actual boxer and actually having regular fights at some point? Or do you think he's going to ride this? I mean, obviously there's a lot more money in fighting a Conor McGregor or Ben Askren than there is in fighting in some random 5-0 kid.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's ever going to be a point where he just actually had regular fights, or is it always going to be some kind of marquee, I don't want to call it circus.
I feel like with KSIs and Jake Pauls or Logan Pauls, it has to make sense. I mean, if you fight a fighter, like, I don't know, just a fighter out there, right? No real name.
No name.
It doesn't.
So that's what I'm saying. So at some point, these fights that the Conor McGregor's been asked to run out.
Maybe somewhere down the line.
But that's a possibility. You think he might?
I mean, yeah, the kid is taking boxing serious, so that could be in his realm of what he wants to do. But right now, it's all about business and what makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
A guy with a decent amount of following and followers and that makes sense, and you can put them together and you can do some crazy numbers. That's what it's about. Like you said, it's a business.
How good is he?
He can fight.
Did you spar with him?
I did.
And how'd that go?
I mean, obviously, I'm way more experienced.
That's what I'm saying. How much did you?
But I can see that he can fight.
Yeah.
And the more that we continue to work, I put him in there with real fighters. I don't want no green guy.
How about the power that we heard about?
Oh, no, he can pop.
Yeah.
He ain't hit me with that.
Harder than Jeff.
For sure harder than Jeff.
He supposed to. He bigger than me.
No, he can pop.
He can punch harder than KSI.
That's right.
No,
I was waiting for that train.
There we go. Let's get
I'm
it.
just waiting.
Well,
so for those of you that don't know, he's in Jake's corner and
Listen,
I was just waiting
this
for that.
KSI's guy.
It's all good.
Quiet.
Listen, I've said this before.
Can we make that?
It's up to you. Your boy is saying he want to do tours and he wants to
Booked.
go.
No, he's booked this
I want to
year.
go there. I want to go. But I understand that, he wants fans in the seats. He wants to be as big. And I see Floyd doing the same thing with Logan. He wants to be that type of thing. And so it makes sense. And so I'm all for it. We would love to fight with KSI. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
KSI would love
Jeff-
that fight too.
There's
Jeff
no neutral. There's no
Jeff
neutral.
Mayweather, we would love to fight.
Well, KSI wants that fight
JD, I
also.
love. We would love it too.
There's no neutral party for me to ask, but this is my one concern: is I would be rooting for KSI because I know him more and he's been very friendly. But
Of course you would.
But I have no problem with Jake. Jake was very friendly. But this is my concern. It seems like Jake is training a lot more than KSI. KSI is going to say, okay, we're making this fight in 2 months. Now I'm going to start training. And that would very much worry me going in that fight if Jake is doing it.
should.
I mean, so Jake is he still regularly training?
Training right now.
See, so that's what worries me.
Training right
Amir,
now.
what would you think about that? I mean, if KSI's got is he training that? I know you don't keep regular touch with him, but
I actually spoke with Vidal yesterday, and yeah, they're training consistently.
oh, are they? Okay.
They are, and there's a plan on how to make this fight happen, and I think the plan is great, and I think Vidal has a good grasp on it. So the fight's going to happen.
Yeah. By the way, I like Vidal. Vidal?
Yeah.
I like him.
He's a great kid.
Very.
You're trying to be on our team.
I'm not trying to be. I'm
He's
just
a great
letting you know,
kid.
I'm an honest person because we're gonna whoop y'all ass regardless. So
You're gonna kiss our what?
So we're gonna whoop your
Oh,
ass.
That's what I thought. I thought he was
no.
gonna kiss
Never-
our ass.
Yeah, I heard
Something.
kiss.
Never
That's what I heard
kiss,
too.
always whoop.
Okay.
You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? But I like Vidal. He's a very.
What happens when JJ hits him the first time and he's like, "What the?
What
did I
happens
get
when
myself
Jake hits
into?"
him the first time, and then you
He's
say,
been but the thing is, JJ's been sparring at that
He
level.
beat his big brother.
Listen, I saw the sparring. I saw some
Sparring of what?
I saw some sparring. You
Of
know,
JJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's my question for you, Amir, about KSI.
hold on. I like this right here. This is nice.
So here's my question about
This is a
JJ.
good one. This is good.
I think JJ trained hard as hell, looked
Mhm.
good in sparring.
Yep.
But when it came to the fight, he did get a little wild.
Well,
How do
look
you
it.
tighten? Is that
Well,
experience?
It's 100% experience.
Yep.
Every fighter has to go through that and transition up. Mind you, this kid's second fight, his first pro fight, he saw at Staples Center.
Mhm.
He headlined Billy
But so
Joe
did
Saunders,
Logan, and
Devin
he seemed a
Haney.
little more tight.
Yeah, but it's experience. It's
Mhm.
just experience. And
It comes
different
with
guys
time.
react different ways.
Yeah, it comes with time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure these guys have a full training camp. You know, with their team, they're going to try to, correct most of his mistakes.
And Jeff wanted to do title for title on that fight with your car against his car.
We ain't running from nobody.
See, so he's putting his car up against
feel
yours,
me?
Jeff.
What kind of car you got?
A Benzo.
Oh well, shit, we good.
There we go. Oh, we got it right
Hold on,
here.
wait.
I got me a
Wait,
Benz coming.
Wait, what year is your Benz?
What's yours?
You got a Beamer, not a Ben.
Mine is a 2018.
Oh, okay. Well, nice. That's what I'm getting.
Oh, that's funny. What do you think? So I think that Ben Askren is a logical next step because he's a very he's got a lot of combat experience. However, he's not known for his hands. He's a wrestler. So do you think that's a good next step for him? Someone with a lot of combat experience, but is not known as a striker, as opposed like obviously a lot more money in a Conor fight, but Conor is a striker. Do you think that Ben would be a logical next step in the progression of Jake Paul?
I don't want to be like announcing his next whatever because I don't know yet. But I think anybody from that realm of MMA coming to boxing, it'll be a good step. Those guys have a fighting pedigree. They have the experience of being in there. And they're confident and they feel they can come in and box. A lot of MMA fighters feel they can box.
Like Ben can't box.
No, I
don't know.
definitely saw that.
I don't even know who that is.
Ben is the
Ben
guy
Askren.
that
He
got knocked out with the
super
knee.
fast.
Thought he was
The guy
fighting
running
Ben
across.
Affleck.
The flying knee at the beginning of the fight.
Masvidal knocked him out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
That's what y'all fighting? Ben Affleck?
That's what's been all over the That's what's been all over. Yeah, Ben
No, I
Affleck,
thought that Dylan Danius or Dylan
Dennis. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot of shit named following.
Yeah.
I heard he was the worst
Mind you,
fighter
look,
in
Jake's-
UFC.
but there's a problem now, I guess, because
That's where the cross promotion comes. It's huge.
well, I guess Dana's pissed at them now, so there's I guess some problems with
He's
because
pissed
all
at who?
at Jake because all the shit he's been talking.
Oh.
So Mayor,
The kid knows how to promote himself.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what? Look, I mean, we talk about it, but Floyd did the same thing during his time. He built enough enemies where people hated him so much, and they hated him into billions of dollars.
They wanted
This is-
they
this is what
paid to
this
see
kid-
him lose,
Right.
paid to see him win.
But they all paid.
They all paid.
Right?
That's it.
So he's doing the same thing. And mind you, Jake has never been disrespectful to me. And he knows that I'm a KSI guy. He knows I'm a Vidal guy. He's always been very respectful. Logan, the same thing. but they know how to turn it on and turn it off, and they know how to position themselves. Good
No,
for them.
He's definitely a good guy. Like,
we went
a good guy. He's a good dude.
Fabulous that works for the channel. We went down to the gym where you guys are training one day. We were there, like I said, probably 45 minutes. I was a little nervous going in, obviously with all the tension between the Pauls and the Mayweathers and KSI and all that. So I was a little nervous going, didn't know what to expect. And yeah, and like I said, I have not a bad word to say. Everybody was completely cool, completely friendly. Like I said, I went in there not liking Jake. I went out liking Jake. How is he? Like I asked it before, you kind of went off a different tangent, but how is he off camera? Is he more chilled, laid back, or is he
super chill? I don't want to hang around nobody that's gonna cause no damn problems for me. You know, that's just who I am. I don't want to. I'm much older than these guys. I don't want to be around somebody out here doing some dumb shit and I get caught up in it. You know, that's not what I'm trying to do. And he's not that. He's a guy that just wants to learn about everything, business outside of boxing, and you know how he can do this, how he can better himself here, there. And they're young. They're young. They do some dumb stuff.
And that's what's crazy is that people...
They're young, 23 years old.
People want to shit all over them. They've made millions, and it doesn't matter. I mean, they've taken their brand and built it to mega millions. I mean, they
Can't hate that hustle.
I feel like, they're not celebrities. The times have changed. You know, walk around KSI, he's a bigger star than half of the TV and movie actors you'll see. You know, for us older people, like, well, he's TikTok, YouTube, whatever. That's not. No, it is a big deal now.
It is a big deal. And kids no longer want to be movie stars. They want to be YouTube stars.
And I asked Jeff the other day, I said, Jeff, do you think you're more known for YouTube or for your fighting career?
YouTube.
And, you know, it's just because when I go out with Jeff, it's the same thing. Oh, Jeff, love the channel, man. And that's 90% of your comments.
Nobody never said that to me.
Yes, they did. Or said it to me because they know I'm one behind. Yeah. No, they don't. They do. Every time we go to boxing, people always talk about your channel.
I was on a shuttle bus in Detroit a couple of weeks ago. I was on a shuttle. They were taking me to the rent-a-car place, and he goes, "Aren't you the guy from the Mayweather channel with Jeff Mayweather?" I go, "Yeah." Man, they recognize.
It's the
and that's the bus driver.
I'm YouTuber.
It's the
Man, imagine if we did podcasts more than every 4 months.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the channel, bro.
So I mean, Jeff, like I said, your brand has grown so much over the past few years. What's it been like for you? I mean, do you kind of enjoy?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's even more so when I go like abroad. If I go out the country, and then you know, like when I was in China, I seen a whole bunch of people that was coming up to me trying to take one picture. It was one person that came to me said, "Can I take a picture with you?" And it was like 100 other people just popped up from nowhere, and everybody's in this picture. And so I mean, and no matter where I go, if I I might be in the airport, somebody will say, "Hey, ain't you that YouTube guy?" I'm like, "No, that ain't me."
YouTube guy.
That's my brother. And I know I've told this story before, but it's funny with Jeff how much he's embraced it. You know, the first time he was never on camera, never did nothing. It was always just me doing.
It was a mistake.
Interviews. No, it wasn't a mistake. We were at it was
Hall of
before
Fame.
Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. They had a Hall of Fame thing like the weekend before.
Yeah.
And I was there and I saw Mike McCallum. We were doing our predictions. And I'd always heard that Mike was a mean, tough guy to deal with, which is not true. But I'd always heard, he's horrible. He's going to want money to be interviewed. He's tough. And I wanted to get some new faces, especially with, someone like Mike. I was a little scared to talk to him. Like, Jeff, do you know Mike? He's like, yeah, I know him. It's like, we interview him. Get a prediction. He's like, sure. And so I thought we were going to do one prediction. And then he's like, oh, I like this shit. So next thing you know, he never turned back. Yeah.
So you're telling me your cowardice made him a star?
Exactly. Yeah,
Wow.
Jeff, you owe me.
Yeah. He always a coward.
I didn't want to upstage him. I didn't want to throw down.
Man, what a great guy.
I like his honesty.
Jody, he's a savage. He'll kill you with nice words.
Sure
yeah.
Nice, honest coward.
Jody's a savage.
No, but and it was kind of funny because that gave us something different. Rather than doing regular predictions, regular interviews, having Jeff as a totally different. Jeff's never going to do a hard hitting, personal interview. We've had some sensitive interviews or whatever, now and then, but now, 95% of what Jeff does is comedy. I think that sets our channel apart. We do serious stuff too, but Jeff has, definitely set us apart and helped make us unique. So, but how have you liked that? I mean, it seems like that's your...
No, I mean, it's me now. Because I be myself. As long as I'm being myself, I'm fine. I don't care. I'm not trying to be anything else.
You know what I haven't heard in a couple of years?
The
quiet Mayweather.
You know what? You're right. You killed it.
I did. Remember
Wow.
you? Do you remember? He used to always be, Jeff's the quiet Mayweather.
Mhm.
That was basically your nickname.
Oh my God, he made Floyd Sr. the quiet Mayweather.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anyone did that.
No, you can't do that.
It flipped. That's right. You're right. The quiet Mayweather's gone.
All right, let's talk a little bit about a couple other things. First, I want to talk about the people wanting the possibility of Conor and Manny Pacquiao fighting. Conor's got to be crazy.
Why?
Because he's going to get paid. No, he's going to get paid, so he's not. But it's not going to be anything like Floyd. We all agree there, right? Floyd.
No.
carried
I
him.
think you're totally
Manny's
wrong.
going to kill him.
At 4:00 this morning, I was on the phone with a prince in Saudi Arabia, and that's the fight they want.
No, I mean, granted, I would take the money to get knocked out, but you were tapping me. You don't think it's going to be like I said? I think Floyd was very nice to him.
Look at this. Look at Floyd and Logan, right? This shit is gonna produce some crazy numbers
Mhm.
if they do it right. Promote it, do it right. We know the outcome. We're not dumb. You're not dumb. Nobody is dumb.
Do you think it
We
would
know
go
the outcome.
similar to Conor and that Floyd would extend it, or do you
Floyd's
think
not gonna
Floyd wanted to
carry
make
him.
a statement?
Floyd ain't gonna carry him.
No.
No.
And with all due respect to
It's a-
Conor, because he's one of the greatest, if not, top 3-5 UFC MMA guys. But Floyd absolutely carried him.
Carry him.
Right.
Just so we're clear.
Oh, I
No,
thought
that's a fact.
it made Floyd look bad almost because I thought Floyd was so much better than
No,
him
but
trying
Floyd's
to carry
so
him.
much smarter than that. The UFC fans won.
Mhm.
The boxing fans won.
Mhm.
Conor won. Floyd won. Everybody won.
If you
Yeah,
told
that was
Floyd,
a
we'll
winning,
double your
yeah.
pay if you knock him on the first round.
Conor McGregor goes from making $3 to $5 million in MMA
128.
and then go to $100 plus million like that.
But do you think
that's
Manny
not-
would show
that's
him
no
mercy?
loss.
Would Manny show him mercy?
No.
It doesn't matter. No, I think
don't
Manny
think so.
would do what he's supposed to do and get him out of there.
How long do you think it would last
But he's
if Manny's
supposed to.
putting it in there? 1 round, 2 rounds?
I'll say 3 max.
2, 3.
Yeah. Conor's gonna fight. I mean, he's a dog.
He ain't
He's
no
gonna fight.
punk, no.
But here's the strategic move that you got to look at. They both are signed with the same manager. Audi Attar now represents both of them. There's a reason why a guy like Manny Pacquiao would go to Audi,
Sure.
right? His actual name is O'Day, but there's a reason why he would go to him. I think that, and mind you, I haven't heard anything by any means, and I would just be strictly assuming, but that's an in-house fight. And I think that the fact, and mind you, he signed with him right before the pandemic. I think that fight was in fruition to happen. Like I said, the guys that have the money want the fight.
Jeff, do you think this is the wave of the future? All these YouTube, MMA, boxing. I mean, is this because it seemed like at first when Logan and KSI fought, after that people said, "Oh, it's dead. That's run its course." Now it seems like it's complete 180. It's going crazy.
No,
now.
I think it's here to stay. I think it's here to stay, and I think that, I also think that these YouTube fighters don't have to fight no real fighters, and they can stay in their own league, and they can continue to call out, Nate what's his
Robinson.
name? Nate Robinson, and and other basketball players and football players and stuff.
But
like
here, let me
that.
ask
How much
you
did he
this.
get paid for that, Nate? You think
600.
600.
would you take $600,000 to
I
be
think
made
he had an
fun
upside.
of?
What?
The
I think he honestly
hell-
thought he was going to win the fight. And,
Yeah.
and I
But
think
if you
he got
knew,
an
go looking
upside.
back, would you go through
Oh
that
my
for 600
God.
grand?
That was
I
bad.
would have.
600?
I would have got out
Man,
with
you're
my
every
600.
single meme for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and
I don't care.
Yo, it's over. Have you seen the meme?
They're
Like,
so bad.
They're terrible.
They're awful.
I feel bad. Like,
So do I.
Bad, but still, he got 600 grand.
I feel that's not
600
nothing for your
after
integrity.
taxes,
especially how much
taxes
he
and all that.
probably he probably made
Paying
$70,
his
$80 million in his
team
career.
Hey, look,
Hey, getting his.
I'll be like this.
Did y'all know that Nate broke his nose falling and hitting the canvas?
Wow.
And I don't know if he saved
Knocked
his.
out. He fell on his face and broke his nose.
I don't know if he saved his
Oh,
money, but
man, that
he's
mean
made
he got
millions,
600,
Jeff.
Yes,
So
he's made millions.
600 is not
Cost
gonna.
200,000.
Let me ask you this.
Nose.
After KSI fights Jake Paul,
Yeah, beat him.
what other
You
fights?
had said
Hang on. Wait. Let me just.
Jay, you said off
Buddy.
camera you strongly favor KSI right as of right
I
now.
ain't said that shit. You lied. I did not
Oh,
say that.
now the cameras. Okay.
No, I
No,
know.
so-
Cameras. Yeah, all right.
So, I mean, that's the pinnacle. I think I think that the YouTube boxing might die after that fight. That's the buildup. What else is there?
Is Jake bigger than Logan now? I think Logan was bigger
but,
first.
No, but still, they always
Logan
got
is
somebody to
not
call
smaller.
out. Other athletes.
No.
but the
Fame.
pinnacle of YouTube
Oh, no, I
boxing.
think-
Yeah, the pinnacle of YouTube boxing. That would
Yeah,
be.
I think
that
that's
would be
it.
it.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
that
Ali
would be
Frazier.
the ultimate fight.
No, that
Yeah.
is the ultimate fight. Listen, I didn't know who JJ was. I know KSI. I didn't know JJ.
Right.
Let me tell you
Yo.
something. When KSI came to the gym, right?
Uh-huh.
I walked up to him. I said, "Hi, Kiss."
Uh-oh.
I was like, "Kiss." He said, "I'm not Kiss." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I don't know how you spell your name." And then he says KSI. And then I said, "What does that mean?" Then he told me what it
Is it
means.
knowledge.
Knowledge, something. I don't know. I
Integrity?
can't remember now. Something integrity, whatever. I mean, but it was so funny to me because I'm sitting here looking at this guy, and it's like he came into the gym, and once he came into the gym, kids just came from every damn where. It was like no kids that never came to the gym.
Listen, we're running. We out Red Rock, far out running. Yeah, we're running, coming back up. It's cars of kids. Jake, Team 10.
All it takes is one
I'm like,
tweet.
wait a
Wait.
minute.
Compare that to Floyd in a non-boxing environment, being around.
It's crazy.
Is it similar,
it's
or is it-
definitely similar? Fans are fans, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Fans are fans. It doesn't matter if you're Floyd or YouTube.
Right.
Fans are fans. And I think, honestly, YouTube has more loyal fans. These kids grow with the influence.
Yeah, they grow with
Good
them.
point.
They
that's
grow
true.
with the influence. So they really feel like they know these.
You are so right.
They do.
Yeah, and you got to think of
Good
like
point.
if I was an average person, I saw Floyd, I wouldn't say anything just because I wouldn't bother somebody.
Mhm.
But yeah, but kids, if they see
that's
Jake
a great
Paul,
point. No,
Oh,
they grew up
right.
like they're 12 years
Yeah.
old. He's in their bedroom
Yeah.
on their screen for 5
Yeah.
hours a day.
Went from
that's like
Disney
KSI's
show
on
to
your
now,
on your
you know?
screen.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could. Here's the thing. I love the kid. I do. I just can't sit through those videos.
Oh, I can't either.
It's the laugh for me. It's not the video. It's the laugh. His KSI's laugh. Is
Come on.
What is your favorite Vidal Riley song?
I don't know that he even makes a song.
Oh,
You
he's a
stop
singer.
it.
He just released a new one. Jeff's.
Wait, Vidal
sure did.
makes music?
But Jeff's favorite is. What's your favorite though?
No, I didn't know.
What
Listen,
the hell?
again, I told you, I'm just really.
Oh yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny. I
Okay.
promise I won't try to be funny. Listen, I
Well,
even
no
watch.
problem there.
I watched the Sidemen show. Like I watch these guys. I'm learning from them.
You know Simon?
I'm watching this-
Sidemen.
Oh,
That's
I thought you
the
said
KSI
Simon.
group. But
No,
Vidal's not a
there's-
sideman.
Simon who?
No. I'm talking about.
I think one of the guys, his name is Simon, isn't he?
No, it's a
Oh.
show. It's a
Oh,
KSI has his
Sidemen.
Sidemen. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
In Detroit, they say Simon.
Oh. Sidemen.
Theodore. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sidemen.
no. Listen, I'm learning.
Gotcha.
I have to
As
learn.
am I.
I'm learning from the top guys, Mr. Beast, KSI, Jake Paul,
Look at you.
Logan Paul. I'm learning from these.
Why don't we talk about your YouTube channel?
Oh, I would love to. Sure.
What a great channel.
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Yeah. So yeah, that's a
Someone
that's
has
a good
to
way.
get back to the Capitol.
Tell us about that. Yes. Yeah. You know how hard it is being next to these two, and then
You know,
Yeah, this is
here's the
hard.
crazy thing. The one guy that stole
only me and the
uh,
cameraman are the only ones here that are nice and
You know the guy that was dressed like a caveman?
Yeah.
He hasn't eaten in jail because they don't serve him organic food.
Oh yeah, I just heard that.
Let his ass die in there.
Starving.
So Jay, talking about all this, you've kind of transitioned yourself, as you're still fighting, but
Yeah.
as that hits the back nine for you, you're transitioning into the
fighting is still what I love to do.
Mhm.
I just have more to do.
Mhm.
I became popular in the last 2 months on TikTok.
Wow.
You got to take
to the
advantage
point
of it.
where they start paying me
Mhm.
for every video I post. So I'm like, okay, that was something I was like, yo, what? Okay, so now I'm more interested in it.
Yep.
Then I start.
for you.
Then we created a show, not just me, my brother Musin Kaysen. It was crazy. I was just messing around. I had this little thing where I come outside and I speak to my neighbors in my neighborhood, and they're the white neighbors, my Caucasian neighbors, and I come out, hey
It's
Susan,
a neighborhood I want to live in.
hey Karen, hey Brian, it's just
Chad. Got to be a
so
Chad.
crazy. Musin sends me a video, and it goes right with what I do.
Wow.
I was like, yo, I never hung out with him outside. I know his whole family. You know, a lot of guys in the gym I never hung out with, right? And so you don't really know them outside of the gym.
Beautiful kid.
This guy's personality is something different.
He's a beautiful kid.
Definitely. And he's dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's helped me because he's been doing the YouTube longer than me.
Right.
So, you know, listening to him, getting advice from so many people that's around Jake and, you know, obviously you and helping us out, we actually created a show called Neighbor Show.
And what's the channel for those that?
Neighbor Show on YouTube.
Neighbor Show.
Yeah, Neighbor Show.
It's hilarious.
It's very funny, and we've gotten better. We've gotten better in a short amount of time.
You just got to get started.
Yeah, and we just crazy. He took a flight out this morning and headed back to Philadelphia.
Oh, has he been here the whole time?
We were shooting the whole time.
Wow, mashallah. Good for you.
And that's what's amazing is that when you first start, you get those 100 views, 200 views, and it pisses you like, man, what am I doing this for?
I fell in love with the process.
And that's good because a lot of people will give up, right? They hate it. I'm not getting nothing to waste my time. But you got to keep, you know, and you keep working, you keep getting better and better and better, and more and more people will watch.
I think
that's great.
I think the process of, you know what I mean? The building it is what I love. You know, we are now past our 1,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now the goal is 10,000 subscribers.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
You know,
you.
And so, it snowballs.
Yeah, sure. It is not an overnight thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so the better the videos, the more we want to achieve and get higher in the game. You know,
good for you.
We get it. So yeah, that's what we are. We shot some dope stuff at Floyd's Club and more. We actually
club is in the boxing gym or his club.
We didn't do anything inside of his club. We used his club outer.
I'll say we got a couple nice upstanding Muslim brothers. I don't know.
We never entered. We never entered.
This is a good time to.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, yeah. Best of luck. That's great. Like I love to see boxers not put all their eggs in one basket, and whether it be other businesses, you know, regular jobs, YouTube, whatever, do something to expand their horizons and, you know, look for life after boxing. All right, well, let's talk about a couple things real quick, a couple more fights, potential fights before we wrap it up. First, going back to, you know, we had the Tyson, Roy Jones not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I saw today again, they're in talks trying to get this third fight between Tyson and Holyfield. What do you guys, where's your guys' stance on the whole Legends boxing again? And specifically, do we need to see this again? I don't know, you have 2 regular fights, you're going to do an exhibition fight 20 years later. It doesn't really make sense to me, but you know, I'm sure there's a lot of money involved. So you want to see it, Amir?
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Muhammad Ali did an exhibition fight back when. Joe Louis did an exhibition fight back when. If you were ever to watch those guys with, maybe it's not boxing or, you know, but would you have been entertained by that?
See, like I'm okay with like the Logan versus Floyd and you know, Muhammad Ali fighting a wrestler and that kind of, because it's different. It's something we haven't seen and they're retired and who cares? You know, that's why I don't understand people hating on Floyd. Who cares? He's retired. Let him go. You know, he doesn't have to fight Errol Spence if he's retired. Let him go have a fight, you know, just for the morbid curiosity of him and Logan. Right. But Holyfield and Tyson has been done twice in their prime before. What would be the selling point to see that? As just because we want to see who you know, preserve themselves better or what?
I mean, when you talk about preserve themselves, so that's actually a great point. The first question is, should they do it? If you're ever around a guy like Mike Tyson, fighting is him.
Mm-hmm.
Combat is him. Conflict is him. So when you tell a guy like that, you can't do that anymore. And I think that this has given him a whole different love for life. I think it's given him, you know, his personality, a whole different, you know, zest for, and you know, he just loves that part of the fight game. You know, he's back in his element. So should he do it? I mean, why shouldn't he do it? Who's going to tell him not to do it? Now, would you watch or not? 1.6 million pay-per-view buys will give you that answer.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeff, but here's my potential dilemma. Tyson seems like he's there, got all his faculty, but we have people like Riddick Bowe saying he wants to fight again.
Right. Now,
I saw Riddick Bowe 7-8 years ago, and he had no business climbing in the ring. I can imagine what he's like now. No disrespect to him, he's a legend, but I don't want to see him fight again. This isn't baseball. You know, this is people going and punching each other in the head. You know, I won't mention a name out there, but Jeff had a former contender visit him a couple weeks ago in the gym. He's in his late 30s and talking about, oh, he's going to give Tank Davis all he wants and more. And this guy could barely. He was very, very shot. I'll put it that way. He did not seem like he could put a.
He wasn't shot. He was oozing.
He has no business anywhere in a ring again,
Right.
let alone thinking about fighting Tank
Yeah.
Davis. And like I said, this is not baseball. This is boxing. And so we start with the Tyson and Holyfield, two guys that still seem, fairly having their faculty together. But where does it stop when we have these other people, that are not at 100% anymore?
No, I think it should definitely be limits. But the guys that are healthy enough, and again, it's safe. It's safer. I mean, not safe. Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
6 rounds. Certain size gloves. You know what I mean? If you put your restrictions to it or whatever, and try to make it safe as possible for both fighters, but they're healthy enough to do it. Past the physicals, the medicals. Like you said, it's 1.6 million buys, pay-per-view buys.
It's huge.
Give you the answer to that.
It's bigger than any UFC
Yeah.
card.
You may not want to see it a third time.
I do.
But you know what I mean? It's a lot of people out there that were like fantasy fights.
Yeah.
What if Mike Tyson or
But this is something
gives
people
them
that have already
that.
fought.
Yeah.
If we
Oh, you're saying just specifically with Holyfield?
well, what if we saw Mike Tyson versus Riddick Bowe? Well, that was a fight we all wanted to see back
Yeah,
in the
no, but
day.
again,
There's no way.
Yeah.
but
First of all, Riddick, but
exactly.
no, I did. That's what I'm saying. No,
way.
before he did his kickboxing fight like 8 years ago, I went to that press conference and he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But he says he wants to fight. That's what I'm saying. I get
Again,
worried.
he's a dog, man. Those guys just want to fight. They love fighting.
Right.
But so that's when people need to step in and say, I don't know. I mean, I love
Well,
freak
if you
show fights. I
physically
love
look at
the
Riddick
old
Bowe-
timer fights. I love, but I just it's just to me you're walking on eggshells.
Would you pay to see Jeff Mayweather fight?
I would absolutely pay to see Jeff fight Jay Leon actually because you said not only would you said that after KSI beat Jake, you would beat Jay Leon right after in the ring. You'd call him out and beat his ass right in the ring right then.
Did I say that?
Yes,
I
you did.
love Jeff
Oh,
Mayweather.
okay.
This is my guy.
See, that's why he said you're soft.
guy.
That's exactly
My
what he
guy.
said. He said he's soft. He loves me. I just beat his ass.
That might have been the kiss part.
Okay.
That might have
This
been.
is long as I'm not. This is long as I'm not soft with you. All right.
You telling me you think you could beat the 44th greatest IBO champion of
I
all
will
time?
beat the Jerry curl.
What
out
about
of
in his
Jeff
prime?
Mayweather.
In
Prime? He
1937.
was a slick mother effer back then. He was a bad boy. Didn't like to be hit. Good boxing skill. People don't know this, but I know you. Had one of the best defense out of the Mayweather.
A lot of people say he had the best. I mean, at least of the brothers, I think Floyd's.
Yeah, out of the Mayweather.
All right, last thing we'll talk about. Wrap it up here. Me and Jeff talked about this a little bit. We were eating some food before we came here, but we're getting talks with Teofimo, who he's going to fight, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Then they're saying this fight can't get made because Eddie Hearn's saying no way. $10 million is what Teofimo wants to fight Devin Haney. Is this going to be the same thing? Because all these guys, Ryan Garcia with Oscar, Devin's by himself, but Teofimo's with Top Rank. Is this going to be the same thing with Arrow and Budnies, where these fights are going to talk about it forever? No one's ever going to fight each other.
You asked about boxing and whether or not YouTube boxing was good. Let me tell you why it's great. Because the fights that you want to see, you can't see. Whereas opposed to the UFC, one sanctioning body, one ranking, one promoter, everything is all in house.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing's almost impossible. How long did it take Floyd and Manny to fight?
Mm-hmm.
So will those things happen? Of course they will. Especially when you start mixing in guys that don't like working with each other, and then it's who's A, who's B, who's getting what split. Do we have rights on the second fight? There's just so many different parts of the fight and so many different parts of the negotiation that the fighters want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
The fighters want to fight, but the business of the sport doesn't allow them to. So, I think that you're going to see a lot of that, especially with these guys.
Yeah, I'll say, Jeff, we got all these Tank, Ryan, Teofimo, all these guys. Is this going to be a Floyd Manny thing again, where we wait too long to where no one cares, or people cared, but wait too long for it to happen, or is this going to be something that's going to happen and we're going to get it made?
Well, I mean, I think it's something that's going to happen, and these guys are young. These guys they're not old. So, I mean, they're 23, 22. Even if it's 4 years from now, it's still fine. They're still going to be in their prime.
Just
So-
someone's might take a loss by then. It's just great that these guys are all undefeated now. They're young. They're title holders. I think there's going to be a lot of red tape in getting a lot of these guys. I mean, who wouldn't love to see a World Boxing Super Series with those guys all in the tournament? Will it get done? I doubt it.
Round robin tournament out of those three, who wins, Jeff?
I don't know. I mean, I think, to be honest, I think either guy could win.
No, of the three, if you had to take your one between Tank, Ryan, Teofimo, and Devin, I'm sorry, the four of them, who would you pick in a round robin tournament out of those four to come out of it?
No, I think either guy could really win. But if I had to bet my money, if I was putting my money down, I would lean toward Teofimo.
Yeah.
The last two standing would be Gervonta and Devin Haney.
Agreed.
You agree?
Agree. I think
Ryan's
Ryan's
going
going to be the least of all of them.
Ryan is the weakest link out of that.
Yeah.
I think I would take Teofimo, Devin, Tank, Ryan. Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
But I wouldn't be surprised
if Tank touches Garcia the way that O'Boy did.
Campbell did, it would have been over.
He can't.
Yeah.
I think Devin and Teofimo, you can't be a world champion, you not take boxing serious, but I think there's a lot less distraction. I think Teofimo and Devin are a lot more focused on boxing, whereas we've seen Tank can get distracted. So I wonder, does that catch up to him at some point? Ryan, I think it's, he's a good boxer. I mean, no one's going to say he's not, but I think he's a step below them. So just with Tank, I would just worry about outside factors.
You need Ryan.
Of course
Oh,
you do.
yeah.
That's
Ryan.
the part of the
And
puzzle that you need.
That's why his name is in the conversation, because you need he's earned his right to be in there because of what he brings to the table.
You're absolutely right.
Definitely. Without Ryan Garcia and Gervonta, and then Devin.
Right.
You feel me? If you talk about popularity.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan is the top of the food chain. Even though Teofimo has all the belts.
All right, then very last thing, wrap it up here. Going around the table, were you impressed with Ryan? Good or bad against Campbell? I mean, most people seem to like it, but he did get dropped. But of course, the body shot was nasty. So, Jeff, thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I thought he had a brave performance. I mean, he showed that he can get off the canvas and and still win. So, I mean, I was impressed by his performance.
And I want to ask you before you answer that. A lot of people afterwards were saying, "Oh, well, Ryan's got a suspect chin. That's why I don't trust him." So, you guys have all fought.
Yeah.
Getting hit once, getting dropped does not mean you have a suspect chin.
It's weird. I don't know how you can just stamp somebody with it. You feel me? Like, being knocked down, being knocked out comes with the trade of boxing. I knew that when I was 15 years, it could happen. So, yeah, they put that out there. But
What is that?
I honestly think that I did like Ryan's performance. He showed some adversity. He fought through it, got through it, and then came back and landed a tremendous body shot at the end of the fight. It was dope. And then I think his confidence grows after every fight. Now his confidence, being that he was around Canelo and getting the toolage around Canelo. Not only that, going through this fight, being knocked down, being able to come back and steal the show, that was something great for him. He did a great job. And now he wants the best of the best. Give him something.
All right. Anything to add to that?
What do you think?
I don't, like I said, anyone can get dropped a shot. You don't not looking to get caught just right. I don't think it has anything to do with your chin. We got dropped one time. I think it certainly elevated stock, because we've seen him fight for the most part. People we don't know. Luke Campbell's a gold medalist, right?
Sure.
So he's a legitimate fighter. So yeah, he certainly raised his stock. He's already the most popular by social media in boxing. So yeah, I think he put himself right in the conversation with those other guys. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing those guys fight. Hopefully they can get through the red tape.
Getting knocked down and coming back up was the biggest test for me. I loved that. I thought I gave him an A+ just based on that. The fact that he can come back from that. Testing the guy's heart's the most important thing in this game.
All right, man. Tell us about your social media, upcoming stuff, whatever.
Oh man, we got a ton going on, man. We'll be down in Pensacola with Roy this weekend. We got Bryce Mills going down there to spar in Roy Jones' camp. looking forward to that. And then at the end of the month,
Bryce Mills is insane. You worked with Bryce, actually. You sparred with Bryce.
Oh, that's right. Remember the kid that I brought up to?
Oh, you can fight. I like him.
Yeah,
I forgot about him.
That
How's
kid
he
is
doing?
marketable as hell. Was he 2-0 now?
He's 3-0.
He was a kickboxer, but I've been saying, which looks like you probably, he's going to boxing. He's a good-looking, young, athlete. I mean, he can be the white Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
He can be the white Ryan Garcia.
He worked with a couple of guys. 6-time national kickboxing champion, a world amateur kickboxing champion. He turned pro, or then he had 5 amateur boxing fights, and he went into the silver national gloves and won the whole thing. The national silver gloves. So he turned pro. He's 3-0. We're going to take him down to Roy's camp. So Roy's interested in taking a look at him. End of the month, we'll be in Dubai, hopefully with Badu Jack and Roy Jones. We've got some things going on there, and then hopefully some big news from Badu Jack Promotions.
Let's go.
Cool.
I love my brother Badu.
And he loves you, brother.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Jay?
What do I have going on?
Yeah, what do you want to?
Simple. Just waiting to hear the official date for the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul, because I'll be on the undercard with that. My YouTube channel, Love TV, not only mine, my other YouTube channel, and me and my co-host, Moose and Kason, we have Neighbors Show. We'll be full-fledged, growing it, shooting much more content. I got camp getting ready to start with Jake Paul, so I'll be heading to Miami. Yeah, that's it. I got to prank my mom tonight.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, I had her.
I saw the fireworks thing you did at Baton.
I'm going. Listen, I go far.
That was a bit much. Could have burned the house down.
No. It was okay. I had water. And everything. But if you watched it, I almost killed myself.
I saw something like you went back in and you came because you
thought
went.
it was a dud.
Yeah.
It looked like a dud. Like I was like, it started right
That's what
up,
it was.
right before I lit it again. But it was good.
And so what'd she do to you? She poured water on you when you were sleeping, make it look like you urinated yourself.
I peed on myself.
Oh,
Are these all real ones, or you guys do these staged ones like all these other people do?
I peed.
But I mean,
You really
we saw
peed
these
on
other
yourself?
videos are all
Peed on the
staged.
whole couch.
Oh, that's cool.
can you explain that real quick before we?
Nice couch.
How'd she make you pee?
Oh, you do the hot water or the warm water and the
Yeah, I was asleep.
No.
do that to your
Put my hand in
daughters.
the water.
Put their hand in warm water.
Oh, it happens. Like you really pee.
Yeah.
Like it's a
You
real
never heard
thing.
that?
Like no joke.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, you put your hand in warm water and you
I
pee
didn't
yourself?
put my hand in water. Yes.
You put someone
your hand-
sleeping. So take
you can
your
even
daughter's
run
hand
water.
in warm water
It just
and just
makes
let them
you
sit there.
have to
Yeah, and they'll pee themselves.
See, it makes
I
it
ain't
better.
never heard of that.
Now it makes it better.
I
Now-
thought she just poured water on you while you were sleeping.
I was really embarrassed. I've never, since I was a kid.
Do that to your wife.
No, I'm not gonna do it to my wife. Shout out to Elaine Castro.
Yeah, do it to Elaine.
No, I'm not gonna do it to Elaine. Best assistant in the world.
Badu.
Yep. Shout out to Elaine.
Yeah, I'll do it to Badu for sure.
Badu.
And then wrapping up,
That's
Jeff.
a wrap.
I know you got some stuff going on. You got some. You got some contests and all that kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, I got of course my T-shirt line is out, and
Doom.
Yeah, Doom session, and then I got trying to doing like a contest in March, and the winner gets to fly in and train with me for a day, hang out with me for a whole day.
That's what the winner gets. It seems like a punishment.
Wow.
Well, they getting everything for free. They getting a free room.
That's great.
A free trip.
What you got coming up, Cohen?
Nothing.
Really? You got a nice shirt on.
Going back to the
Yeah, so I got this at the Goodwill at the $1 bin.
Going back to the
enjoying
Capitol.
that. Yeah.
When you go to the Capitol, take that shirt off.
There we go.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna wear my "I'm Not a Terrorist" shirt that from a few years ago. We have
In Arabic.
he-
Yeah.
we had a couple years ago. It was Dewey, Jeff.
Man, that came up in my memories.
So
I
we all
swear to
had,
you, last
we
week-
didn't tell him. We sat down. We were all in this day. We were in front of a green screen. We were all in stools, and I made up some shirts in Arabic that said "I'm not a terrorist," but we didn't tell him. So we all sat down and started this show, and we all had this shirt on. And so he starts talking, and then he's like, and then he kind of leans forward and he's like, sees the shirt we're all wearing. I'm not a terrorist. He's the only one that doesn't have "I'm not a terrorist" shirt on.
Is that funny, Elaine? Is that funny? Is that what it is?
At first, I was going to make a shirt for him. I said, no, it'd be better if we all wear one and leave him without it. So.
Yeah, you know he wasn't gonna wear it.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Do you know how much I got with you in one of my videos?
What's that?
Like our YouTube when you joined us, you brought so many different
Oh, good.
Arabs like from
Oh, nice.
all over.
Oh, no kidding.
They really was like,
Oh, sweet. Yeah,
Where you
Muhammad made
from?
his debut.
Now you're on some kind of watch list. So,
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
okay. I'm okay.
Randomly selected.
all right, guys, that's gonna do it. We're getting evil eyes here from the assistant and the camera guy. So, going forward, we promise maybe we're gonna
We
do this
promise
every
maybe.
single week because the once
Perhaps,
every 3 or
more
4
than
months is
likely.
not gonna cut it. Yeah, there's a.
It all depends on
possibility-
Elaine's schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, if Elaine's available, we'll do this. But anyway, we appreciate you guys joining us, and thanks so much to Jay Leon and Jeff and Amir, and we
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Jody.
We will see you again next week, maybe.
Team Paul.
Oh, my
Wait,
God.
keep rolling.
Oh, Lord.